Hello everybody, thanks for joining me on another video. Appreciate you stopping by. And today I'm going to show you how to reuse and refresh your potting soil. Let's go. What do you think? You gonna help? You gonna help? Maybe? We'll see. So I'm going to be using all three of these products to refresh my potting soil. The Ultimate Potting Mix is just one of the top of the line potting soils in my opinion. Doesn't have any fertilizer in it. A little bit of lime dust for calcium. The Coop Poop is an excellent organic chicken manure fertilizer. I think it's a 434, but it also has an 8% calcium, so that's excellent for plants regardless of what you're doing. And then we got the Wonder Blend 100% composted manure. Now this is basically professionally composted cow manure that gets up to the proper heat to kill weed seeds and disease or anything else that's going to be in that compost. So I'm going to get set up here and we're going to put together all these plus some old potting soil and be planting some plants, and they're going to be loving it. All right, I'm gonna start with some leftover Solo red cups I had. Just get those all dumped here. Next, we've got a couple, probably what you'd call 3 gallons. So you want to get all them weeds out of here. I should say though, if you had any problems with bugs, or if you had problems with disease or bacterial infections, I would suggest just not using that potting soil and maybe putting it in the compost, or even just getting rid of it if you had a virus or something. Ooh, look at that. Nightcrawler in there. Alright, we got one pot. We'll get this other one. Get all the weeds and pull the roots out. Now, I usually do this probably 2 or 3 times before I just recycle it into my field or into my compost, because there is a point where it gets just too old. I mean, some people use it all the time. So we've got 2 of our 3 gallons. So that's the equal amount of potting soil that we're going to roughly measure out. Yeah. There's one. There is 2. So you've got roughly 4 of those pots right there. I'm going to go ahead and break up any chunks. And you want to mix that really well with the old stuff. And then once you feel it's been mixed thoroughly, you can go ahead and add your fertilizers. Now these are just the products I'm choosing to use. If your favorite potting soil already has fertilizer in it, you probably don't need to add the poop or the Coop Poop. So This is what it looks like right here, the coop poop. Just a nice little granule. So I usually do a handful per plant or per pot. And since we got roughly about 4 pots in here, I'm going to do 4 handfuls. And you can probably go a little bit more if you want. And then I usually add a couple handfuls of the cow manure. So I'm going to add 8 nice handfuls of the cow manure in here. Now I go up to 50-50 on this. Maybe up to 10 handfuls. This is not full of fertilizer. It's like a 0.5, 0.5, 0.5. So it's not going to burn, and it's going to help with soil or with water retention. So we're going to mix that up. We got the cow manure in. We got the chicken manure in. We got the new potting soil. Now you don't have to add the compost. I just like it because it helps give the soil go a little farther. It's got a little bit of, more natural fertilizer in it. Now, you can do the squeeze test. Take a handful, and if it stays together, packed in, you probably got too much either compost or too much cow manure. If it completely crumbles without having any clumps at all, then you probably got too much potting soil. But it does help to wet this down just a little bit if you have some super dry soil. But a lot of times your compost is gonna put some nice moisture back into that just while you're mixing. All right, so let's get one of our 3-gallon pots. Now this is typically how this is the mix I use for all my veggie pots, all my flower pots, cemetery planters, all that. I like to get about 2 gallons in there of soil. And then I like to do a nice sprinkle of the chicken manure right in there. Dance that around a little bit. Add a couple more handfuls of your potting soil mix that just refreshed. Mix that a little bit with that other fertilizer. Give that a shake. And we're going to go ahead and plant this Minnesota heater JS, the red variety. These are quite hot. Tease those roots a little bit at the bottom. Once you get it in there, put the soil around. Give a light packing to get that air out. Do another fill. Give it a couple shakes. I like to do a couple peace sign pokers around it, just to make sure you get those voids full. And there you have it. The perfect potting soil mix. Works every time. I've been using it for many, many years. Perfect for veggies, flowers, anything you want to plant. So thanks for joining me on another video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out all my videos. Jason from Toad School Gardens. Happy growing.